snobby young woman rudely shoves a simply dressed woman to the ground, thinking she's a homeless person. Turns out, the woman she pushed is the legendary Business Empress, Tang Yulian, who also happens to be her fiancé's mother. She had just come back to the country to pick a wife for her son. Tang Yulian, the head of the powerful Tang family, has a strict rule. Her daughter-in-law must also become the family's successor. She needs a woman who's not just beautiful, but also kind-hearted and really brave. To test the candidates, she arrives at the airport in disguise, carrying only a simple plaid bag. Meanwhile, Shen Jiji, a rich family's daughter, arrives at the same airport with her mom. She plans to impress the Business Empress, whose flight info she secretly got. She thinks marrying into the Tang family will completely change her life. Sure that the fanciest dressed woman must be the Empress, she mistakes Tang Yulian's snobby cousin, Tang Baozhu, for her target. Shen Jiji sucks up to Baozhu. She introduces herself as the future daughter-in-law and praises Baozhu as the only true Business Empress. Baozhu, who's actually the new general manager of Tang International, plays along, finding the mistake funny. She decides to use this fake identity to strengthen her own position at the company. Just as Shen Jiji is insulting the real Tang Yulian, calling her a stinky beggar, an assistant runs over with news of a corporate crisis. Shen Jiji's family has been scheming to ruin another company. Without the Business Empress's help, that company will definitely go bankrupt. The assistant says the woman who can save them has already met Shen Jiji's family. To test the girl's character, the disguised Tang Yulian pretends to fall. The kind-hearted CEO Xie Qinghan, whose company is failing because of the Shen family's plots, rushes to help her. Thinking Tang Yulian is just a poor old lady, she gives her a black card with her entire life savings of 5 million. She tells her to use it for medical bills. This selfless act passes the second test. Moved by her kindness, Tang Yulian decides to break her own rule of not getting involved and helps Xie Qinghan's company. She then reveals her true identity and her plans in a shocking twist. Desperate to save her family's company from bankruptcy, Xie Qinghan is cornered by 3 powerful business leaders. They offer a way out, but with a crazy condition. She must marry whichever one of them saves her company. Her own father, seeing no other choice, calls off her engagement to the son of the legendary Business Empress, Tang Yulian. He says the marriage is impossible now that they can't even reach the Empress. Heartbroken but determined, Qinghan gives up her love for her family and agrees to the deal. Her biggest regret is never getting to properly meet the woman who would have been her mother-in-law. Watching from the side, the disguised Tang Yulian laughs at the arrogance of these men trying to compete for her son's fiancé. Seeing Qinghan's willingness to sacrifice herself passes the third and final test of courage. So Tang Yulian decides it's time to step in. She takes over the trading floor herself. The 3 business leaders mock her, thinking a simple garbage collector couldn't understand their complex financial plans. But they are shocked when she uses her signature move, Soaring Dragon. This technique is so powerful it was used for the world's largest corporate merger. Their own market strategies instantly fall apart, losing 100 million in a flash. Only then do they recognize the legendary technique and realize the simply dressed woman is the Business Empress herself. Just as her assistant confirms that the other candidate, Shen Jiji, has been welcomed into the Shen family home, Tang Yulian gets a call from her son. He's confused, asking why she's chosen a bride and planning a wedding in 3 days when he's supposed to marry Shen Jiji. With a cold smile, Tang Yulian tells him that Shen Jiji is doing just fine, then hangs up. At her fancy wedding, Shen Jiji proudly tells her fiancé over the phone that his mother is very happy with her. She doesn't know the woman she's been pampering is Tang Yulian's fake cousin. The real Tang Yulian, with her chosen daughter-in-law Xie Qinghan, crashes the wedding. Jiji, still thinking she's the real bride, makes fun of Qinghan for marrying a beggar. She scolds her for showing up at the wedding of the Empress's son. Faking generosity, her mother offers the disguised Empress a pitiful 500, then 1,000 to leave. The situation gets worse when Qinghan defends Tang Yulian. In the argument that follows, Jiji slaps Qinghan across the face. This makes Tang Yulian reveal her huge wealth and power. She gives Qinghan a simple gold bracelet, which Jiji calls cheap, but her mother recognizes it as a priceless antique. Tang Yulian then gives Qinghan a black card. With a clap of her hands, she calls in a line of attendants carrying boxes full of priceless jewels, saying they all belong to Qinghan. The final blow comes when the real Business Empress makes a stunning entrance, officially announced. At the same time, Tang Yulian's son arrives with his grandmother and a full security team, heading straight for the wedding. As the imposter, Tang Baozhu tries to serve tea to the real Empress. She is shoved aside hard. The real Empress takes her seat on the throne. A bride screamed, asking if the woman thought she was scared. She smashed a wine bottle and held the broken edge to the woman's throat. She lunged forward, shouting that the woman was asking to die, but the woman didn't even move. This wedding was fake from the beginning. Just a moment before, this imposter and her mother had sneered at the real bride, Xie Qinghan. They spit at her, called her a country bumpkin, and asked if this was a place for her to sit. Then they told her to get out. They called her a wild chicken that could never become a phoenix. All the guests joined in, calling her shameless and pointing at her in disgust. But Xie Qinghan stayed perfectly calm. She just took a sip of tea as they called security to throw her out. The fake bride shouted for someone to drag her away. As the guards grabbed Xie Qinghan, her supposed daughter-in-law ran to her side. She cried out, asking what they were doing and telling them to come after her if they had a problem. The fake bride sneered, asking if the young woman was also being unreasonable. She accused Xie Qinghan of doing it on purpose by bringing the crazy old woman to ruin her big day. She said this was payback for being hit and cursed. She declared that she would be the one marrying into the Su family today. Just then, a voice boomed from the doorway, telling everyone to get out. It was Su Chen, the supposed groom. The imposter's mother rushed forward. She begged young Master Su to stand up for them, saying the two women were bullying her daughter. The imposter bride was shocked, whispering to her mother that he wasn't Su Yuntian. Her mother realized her mistake. She identified him as Su Chen from the family's second branch. Xie Qinghan teased them, asking what was wrong and if they didn't recognize him. The man announced he was Su Chen, the eldest son of the Su family's second branch and Su Yuntian's cousin. The mother's face turned pale. Just as she was about to argue, Xie Qinghan's phone rang. It was Su Yuntian's real mother, saying she was on her way with her son. The fake bride snarled at Xie Qinghan. She told the old thing that if she didn't back down now, she'd regret it. Xie Qinghan just stared back and said, if she had the guts, she should come at her. Just as the fake bride lunged with the broken bottle, a powerful voice told everyone to stop. She asked who he was to pretend and who would believe him. So Su Chen just called his cousin the real groom. On speakerphone, the groom's voice was clear. He said his mother always has the final say in the Su family and that's just how she is. He added that even his wife had to be personally chosen by her. That's when the imposter's face fell. She wondered if this old woman really was the legendary matriarch. Before she could think, the doors burst open. The governor's commander walked in, followed by guards carrying priceless gifts. They all knelt down together, greeting the Empress. The imposter's mother was totally stunned. She stammered, asking what was going on, and recognized the men as the governor's personal guards. Her daughter looked at her in disbelief, saying it couldn't be real. Seeing her plan fall apart, the imposter mother made one last desperate move. She said she wasn't pretending anymore. She claimed she was the Business Empress, the president of Daetang International. But the governor's commander simply asked who the person in the center was, if she wasn't the Business Empress. The fake bride, still trying to save face, pointed at Xie Qinghan. She told everyone to look at her and then at the other woman to see who had better class. Xie Qinghan finally spoke. She said everyone knows the Empress is the governor's godmother. She asked when the imposter had gotten so close to him. Then, as a final blow, she revealed the truth. The bride's words were full of poison as she told the commander she must be tired of living for daring to threaten her. But the woman in the leather coat didn't even move. She was Mei Ying, the governor's right hand, and she had come to deliver a betrothal gift. The imposter mother Tang Yulian, still acting all high and mighty, laughed at the gift. A wooden coffin, she said, since it was from the governor. It must be priceless antiques, sure of its value. But the real bride-to-be, watching from the side, recognized the burnt wood right away. She realized it was from the earthquake zone. Just a moment ago, Tang Yulian was the queen of this fake wedding. She had sneered at the real Empress Xie Qinghan, calling her a country bumpkin. She said a wild chicken wants to become a phoenix but doesn't have the fate for it. Her daughter, the fake bride, had laughed. She said her stomach hurt from laughing and asked who would believe them. Xie Qinghan's voice was full of authority. She said, maybe they didn't know why she admired the young woman so much. She explained, it's because she is not only beautiful but also kind-hearted. She has donated no less than 10 billion to poor areas over the years. The wood was from the Nanchang earthquake. The crowd gasped at the mention of 10 billion. The imposter bride sneered. She asked why Xie Qinghan was saving trash from the mountains when her Xie family was about to go bankrupt. But Xie Qinghan simply replied that this was the biggest difference between them. She said the imposter would never understand what it means to do good without worrying about the future. Then came the final blow. From the coffin, Xie Qinghan pulled out not just burnt wood, but a charity foundation account statement. She declared it was a dowry worth 50 billion. Tang Yulian's face went white. The commander, Mei Ying, stepped forward, her voice like ice. She said, who is real and who is fake would be clear soon. But daring to impersonate the Empress was a crime punishable by death. The old man slapped the woman across the face, making her stumble. In an instant, the whole wedding hall went silent. The woman, Tang Yulian, stared in disbelief. Her adopted sister, Tang Baozu, the true Business Empress, looked on coldly. The old man, the head of the Tang family, glared at his adopted daughter. He said he wasn't her grandfather, and the Tang family had no room for trash like her. Only a moment before, the scene was total confusion. A bride, Shen Jiqi, mistakenly thought the glamorous Tang Baozu was her future mother-in-law, the legendary Business Empress.